The first German troop of note was then managed by Ger Andersbergs from 1650 to 1067. More significant was that of journalist veteran men who sought to raise the level of the German theory, adapting the place of Colonel Merte and others for his company. He could accomplish little, however, under the existing political conditions, since there were no cities of any size. Troops were forced to travel constantly in search of new audiences as they competed especially vigorously for the right to perform at fairs held annually in the major towns, since it was here that the largest crowd assembled. Whenever they played, they were required to contribute up to one fourth of their receipts to local charities. Since there were no permanent theatre available to the traveling companies, the actors set up the stage in town squares, reading schools, inns, fencing ground, rooms to move, markets, tennis courts. They had to change their bills daily and replenish their repertories often in order to attract the small potential audience. Renstrop usually had 85 to 90 plays in each repertory, and at the end of the 17th century, a program was made up of a long play and an afterpiece, both of which might include such incidentally entertainment. Songs, dances, acrobatic feats. The main offering, called the Hamiltonian or Hamlet stage play, might be either becoming the afterpiece of nurturing songs, usually first. It's unclear who wrote most of these plays. Many of the long works were allegories of serious comic scenes and bombastic violence. Villainous machinists and fortune escape no matter how serious the play. The clown was usually the most prominent figure. All of their earlier clowns had caused scenes in the characters harnessed and distinctive traits by societal and considerate and compound of many elements already familiar to German audience from roaring clan on the medieval food and the various clowns introduced by English actors Sunny Kiss, an ancient high costumes of silver green, pointed hat, jacket, yellow trouser and attributes and there is someone who want there's very by studying were trained worked primarily in Vienna, where he virtually created those public theatre. Until his death, he was ministerially one of the first year studying established vigorous thereafter contributed to the theatre's lower state of rhetoric designed to attract unsophisticated audience, the issue of performance and condition which made it impossible to rehearse mouth plays with care under circumstances in is not surprising artist curse professional theater in contempt. The first significant steps Towards reform were taken to and educated at the university. He rapidly became intellectual leader of Germany. Expression ranked high among his many interests, but it was still the language of the universities. The first lecture in the vernacular had not given until French was favored in raising moral level and refining artistic taste of Germans and uneducated rhetoricians and common people. These were attracted him because he saw in a means of reaching the who could be read was not his first educated German. Domestic further schools are produced many a few of plays among Andres and Van Rosen and having performed by professional actors and many would have not immoral to do so. Coaches on the other hand actively sought resources was professional companies that had to contain the daughter of a lower government official. The winter had run away from in Listener on whom she married after joining an acting troupe for a time. They were members of the troupe headed by Jonathan Hacker and Hoffman acquired the title Royal Foolish and Electronic to play during the annual fair as represent and the intellectual capital of Germany together toward the reform of the theater. This relation was too late and significant as the first link between a leading literary figure and professional acting company in Germany. Unfortunately, it was easier to fortune ideas than to achieve them, as the repertoire had to be in a version which then eliminate ancient the circle the new works principle by translating, imitating French nationality, we switched to them represented the ideal form of the drama. The most famous of the new works of Socrates and the Dying reprinted 10 times before editions of the plays by veterans and veteran Berrigan and others were translated and performed as a contribution later sought to raise the level of theatrical performance. She insisting upon careful rehearsal on the development and the importance of scenery making handbills in order to survive. She was disappointment, prejudice, and alienated, and included was an although saw in the she banished him from the scene her composition and prevented produced name different groups. So the support of scene around the army with their enormous enthusiasm center when as act plays considering problems of maintaining such a largely repertoire. It attracts some powerful supported notably she to rebuke publicly and league of states she alienated many of her supporters and is gotten I hear after he carried the line and is invited months after he arrived later to closer of the theater actors established in the theater. They followed the battles and course of which signal in the leadership it not aid him. She remained reasonable for and moved on Vienna elsewhere and as the theater professional there pioneering efforts made to future gains for Germany theatre possible. A regular drama is one in a repertory German companies. Most of it was under the title The German Stage. Furthermore, this production ideas which is established by actors and two men. German soon entered in new company in a clown and left Lixen and he formed his own methods and refinement of his young relatively when educated actors activities supporting the towns in the northern Germany. Three of the Sophia's were to become among the famous actors of the age. Ackerman left of his own company is just a few years and Mr. Several other members in with him. But in the process, that important they oversee in the Germany and returned in the head to a German company and had entered in the Impact company remained she left in obtaining a license in humanity and then succeeded in employing most of year permanent in spite of public had been temporary. He was probably German as a fully to achieve the ideas founded by Colonel Christopher as attempts and compared to John son-in-law Johnston the director repute is due to prevalence and in cultivated managers and actors and shortage city of Turin lack of state support to remedy a situation. He proposed the establishment of a permanent subsidies and profit run by a salaried manager, establishing to encourage the state and persuaded 12 businessmen to back his venture and secure the service of, by the time, considered the first German playwright to be each literary, artistic, universal readers of the plays and in most lasting achievement of the considered one of the major critical works remains landmark as the first German attempt to establish theatre on in commercial layers and teachers and pave and they way offer their soon to appear theatre established at Gotha and included its business manager and the company had toured and taken as a Reminer and lecture and the better as actors remained he members of state employee with pension with rights and he brought to Gotha a number of received for training and later became one of the leading actors of Germany after the garden theater was closed. The actors rejoined the company for